My tweeters and followers are so gonna love these.
You're gonna go off.
Hashtag selfie. Hashtag self-righteous.
Nice.
Hey guys, could you try a little bit more angle for this photo? Maybe because I have like some slave book or something. Ready? Evil face.
Hey, what is going on? You crashed our concert. This is ridiculous. I want to know who's in charge. Who's organised all this? Okay, you want me to get Constable Tonkin down here? Have you all in the back of the paddy wagon?
Hey Mark, it's just come in. We've got 3 cars parked illegally in the disabled area. Do you want me to call a tow truck or something?
No, actually they're ours.
Okay, so you crash our concert, you're parking your cars in the disabled bay, and you've left them running. What's going on?
We needed a quick getaway.
They've been there for quite a while. The grass around them's gone brown.
You barbarians! You killed the innocent grass!
Okay, everyone, let's just cool it. The grass will be fine. It was AstroTurf, we can sort that out later. Everyone up. Guys, I don't want to see you back here doing these kind of stunts. Get out of here. Seriously, go. Go. You, stay. You, get up here. What do you think this is? This is private property. You come up here, you trash our concert, and you're protesting live sheep exports? You got some explaining to do.
Got this.
Why don't you start by explaining what a church is doing being involved in dirty death rings of live sheep animal exports?
Yeah.
You should be ashamed, disgusted, but mostly ashamed.
Good stuff.
Okay,
Good stuff.
yeah, great. Just sit down, turn that off. You guys don't even know what's going on. That band was called Exports, and they're playing live music. This has nothing to do with sheep exports. Do you even...
Ruined my Four Corners report.
Okay, do you even know what the venue is? Okay, look, you guys got to sort some things out because I'm getting to the bottom of this.
Hey, do you want some coffee?
Yeah.
Got some of my eco-friendly Thermo.
Nice. I can taste the freedom and love in this drink. This is basically communism in a coffee.
Yep.
Where did you get it?
Oh, I got it from Macca's on the way. It's their new McFair trade.
Nice.
Okay, are you guys here? Are you serious? You're here to protest coffee?
You don't get it, do you? We've come to protest because there's something seriously wrong with this world. Do you know at the moment there is a genocide going on in Africa? Millions of trees are being slaughtered deep down in those jungles. The ecosystem is being ravaged, the environment scorched by the hot iron of global warming.
That's it? No, surely there's something else. I don't get it. It can't be about the coffee.
You've turned the sky grey with your pollution. In fact, I can barely breathe right now because of the pollution.
Yeah, that's right. And they're not smoking in here. What's wrong with
Listen
you
to
guys?
me, you don't get it. I can barely breathe in here because of all of your pollution.
That's right. Every decision I make is because I care. I recycle because I care. I offset my emissions because I'm a good person. I really and truly care about the millions of orphaned animals in this world. What have humans done with our big, fat, giant footprint ruining this paradise? You can't stand there and tell me there's nothing wrong with this world. If there isn't, then why do I care? Why do I feel so guilty?
Look, it was just like you said. You feel guilty. But the problem is far bigger than separating your rubbish. The biggest problem that we face is sin. See, greed, corruption, poverty, these drug rings, pornography, it's all caused by sin. And that's what's destroying our lives. When we lie, we steal, sex outside of marriage, it affects us. You see, our actions have consequences.
Are you saying it's the decisions I make that make me feel like this? It's my sin that's the problem?
Wait, as a green, I don't just stand up for the environment. I stand up for everyone. Do you say that 2 gay men can't get married?
Yeah. Or what if a man has so much love in his heart that he doesn't want to marry just one woman? What if he wants to marry 2, 3, or 4 people? Are you going to discriminate against him? You are so narrow-minded.
What about you say that murdering trees is okay, but aborting a baby is wrong? It's a woman's choice. What if she's not ready yet? What if she has other stuff she wants to do with her life?
Stuff. Other stuff. What could be more honourable than raising a beautiful child? You guys have got this all backwards. You've rejected the Creator, but you're trying to save His creation, trees. Good. God's put boundaries in our lives to protect us from sin, because that'll kill us and send us straight to hell. Look, you can try and click the carbon offset button, but it won't fix the problem. Recycling, good works, it just masks the guilt. Look, sin, it can't be offset. It has to be paid for.
Oh, we've all sinned. Are you trying to say we're all going to go to hell?
No, I'm saying God is just and He's fair. The liars, the murderers, the sexually immoral, the blasphemers, they all have their place in hell. Do you think they should go to heaven?
Well, no. But what if you don't want to go to hell?
See, Jesus didn't come into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through Him might be saved. He loves you so much that He died so you could be forgiven and saved from hell.
Well, can we be forgiven?
Of course. He loves you so much, that's why God's punishment was put on Jesus, so you could be free, guilt-free. But look, you've got a decision to make. You've got to turn away from your sin. Turn to Jesus.
But I've got a boyfriend. I'm not ready to marry him yet. And plus, this is me. I protest and I party. And to be honest, I'm not ready to give that up.
This is what we've been searching for. This is the answer. Are you saying you'd rather choose a party over heaven?
Look, you've got a choice to make, guys.
I want Jesus.
That's it. But you've got a choice as well. Heaven or hell.
I did have that choice to make. And while the choice is yours, heaven or hell, and the choice was mine, heaven or hell, I didn't get to choose, and you don't get to choose when you'll face the consequences of that choice. Growing up, I was told about Jesus Christ. I was told about God from my parents, and as a little kid, it was great. Jesus is up there, He loves me. I didn't have a problem with that. Until as I got older and I started looking at these other scenes, these other kind of environments, these other worldviews that seemed kind of interesting, and I started to drift away. I began by little things, like I wanted to have a boyfriend, and even with the music, I would read the playlist, the set list, who was playing at the next festivals, and I used to wish so hard that not only could I go and listen to the music, but I wanted that whole culture. I wanted to be involved in the drinking and the drug taking, and the complete party, basically. And so I tried doing that, but I knew in the back of my mind that there was a heaven and hell. It's what I'd been taught. But because I wanted to do things that were classified as sin, I started to hate God, because His very existence meant that what those things were wrong, that I couldn't just do them at my own wish, that I was going to pay a consequence for that. And I just wish that God wasn't real. I wish that there wasn't a saviour. And so I tried to push Him out of my mind, and I'd feel like a hypocrite. And finally, when I left school, I was excited to go to university, because there I felt that I could embrace something else. I could look for different worldviews that would be so much more appealing, so much more of an accompaniment to my lifestyle. the problem is even though the people that were preaching these beliefs there were professors and people who had PhDs and masters and all sorts of letters after their names, the things that they were offering, they weren't very believable, and they did nothing for my heart. And I became a very hollow person. I became very cynical. I knew that God was still real, and I knew that I was living in my sin, and I knew that when I would die that I was going to go to hell, but I still didn't want to give it up, because like I said, that was me, and I enjoyed it, but the enjoyment only lasted for a while. And you know, going to the nightclubs, and it wasn't, I thought, you know, I think of myself as better than other people because I was really into the music there. I was going and seeing my favourite producers and my favourite DJs and my favourite bands, but I still ended up at the same place as everyone else does, and that's drunk and alone. And the last night that happened to me, I had gotten so drunk that I had to call someone that, you know, he was the guy that I thought really loved me. Of all the people in the world, this guy was going to be there for me forever. And I called him to come and take care of me and take me home, and we ended up having a massive fight about, I don't even know what. I was so out of it, I can't even really remember. But I remember him yelling at me and then just walking away, leaving me drunk out of my mind in that nightclub. And that's where that lifestyle left me. It left me lying on the bitumen of a car park at 2 a.m. by myself, crying my eyes out, alone, with nothing to believe in, and in fact, knowing that I was on my way to hell. Somewhat amazingly, some guys who had actually been kicked out of the nightclub decided they were going to drive home. They had been kicked out for being too drunk, but I had no other way of getting home, so I hopped in the car with them, and we were driving on the Mitchell Freeway at 100 kilometres an hour plus, and I remember thinking, man, these guys could veer off the road any second now, and I'll be gone. I'll have left this world, any trace of me, it's just gone. That was my existence over. And I knew that the moment that I died, that I was going to go to hell. And so I thought, I've got to stay awake so I can quickly pray a prayer so that I can go to heaven. Because that's when I wanted to make the choice, because I knew I didn't want to go to hell. I still wanted to go to heaven. I just wasn't ready to give it up yet while I still had time to live. But the scary thing is that I kept passing out, and if we had crashed, I wouldn't have even had time, because I was passed out in the back of the car. You know, by a miracle we didn't crash. But when I got home and I fell asleep straight away and woke up the next day, it was like my whole life was weighing on my shoulders, and it was rubbish, and it was the worst thing. I was giving up an eternity in heaven with my Saviour, who came to earth to die for me so I could do that, so that I could go and be drunk and be left alone. It's ridiculous. And so 2 days later, it was Christmas Day, and my family are Christians, and they were all going to church, and I still didn't really want to go to church, but I didn't want to be at home by myself. So I went along, and the pastor there was preaching on people being willingly ignorant, and people choosing not to believe in the truth, choosing not to believe in Jesus Christ because he doesn't fit with how they want to live their lives. And I thought, that's exactly me. That's what I've been doing my whole life. And the thing that I've been choosing has left me miserable. It's left me empty, it's left me sad, and it's left me broken. And so even though I'd been rejecting Jesus all that time, the moment that I chose him and I asked him to forgive me and come into my heart, he did exactly that. He came in, he washed away my sins, he made me a new person. The love of Jesus lives in me, and I can live my day-to-day life knowing that I'm going to heaven, knowing that there is a God who loves me and set me free, and knowing that I have a purpose and I don't have to make it up myself, because Jesus is out there and he'll change your world like he changed mine. Thank you.